Welcome to the Harworth Brass podcast. With your host, Pete.
Hello and welcome to Beneath the Baton, the podcast that takes you behind the conductor's stand to discover the stories and challenges of leading a brass band. I'm your host Pete, and today we're joined by Claire Cowan, the musical director of Harworth Brass. Being an MD isn't just about beating time, it's about inspiring players, shaping the band sound and leading them through everything from pressure to those musical concert moments. In this episode, we'll hear about Claire's journey to the podium, the secrets to motivating a band, their most memorable performances, and even a few stories. So grab your score, find your seat in the band room, and let's step beneath the baton. Welcome to the first Harworth Brass podcast, our episode 1 with our musical director Claire Cowan. Welcome, Claire.
Hi.
So let's dive straight in. So one of the things, and I wrote some things down actually here for questions already, but what I was actually going to ask first, which I thought about on the way here, was how did you become the musical director of Harworth Brass from being a player previously?
It was kind of a bit of an accident, to be honest. I never actually thought about becoming a musical director. I was always just happy playing. And then I retired from banding completely because I had my son. But obviously I'd still had family at Harworth. And the conductor left and my mum said, "Didn't you used to do a bit of conducting at uni?" I said, "Well, I learnt how to."
Yeah.
She said, "Don't you fancy having a go?" And I was like,
A bit dubious?
Yeah, very, because
Yeah.
it's a lot of responsibility, and I think people think you just stand there and wave your arms about, but yeah.
I mean, actually, people will learn a bit about myself during these podcasts. Well, I've recently become the kind of assistant musical director to you when you can't take rehearsals and stuff, and I've learned for myself that it's a lot harder standing in that position in the middle than it is being a player, and you've got to listen to everything around you. And I'm learning that at the moment, where I go, "Oh, I missed that. Oh, I missed that." How does Claire do this?
Yeah, it's hard. I mean, you're looking at a score with everybody's part on. You're trying to follow like 24 parts of music, and you've got to hear them all, so you can go, "Oh, back row cornets, you played a B flat instead of a B natural," or "Timp, that wasn't loud enough," just to get it all balanced and correct. So yeah, it's really hard.
So obviously, how long have you actually been involved in brass bands then?
I started playing in Harworth Junior Brass Band when I was 6, so 41 years.
Wow. That's many years.
It is, many years.
So has there been any standout moments or like mentors that's inspired you along the way? And let's go with both. We'll go as a player from when in your younger days to anybody who you kind of looked at when you started as a musical director.
So I think as a player, I had the privilege when I was at Harworth. We did one of our celebrity concerts, and I got to play a duet with Stephen Mead.
Was that the one at the Majestic?
At the Majestic at Retford, yeah. And absolutely phenomenal player. And I actually kept in touch with him. And then when I went to Huddersfield University, I was put on the committee for Tuba Week. And so I thought, they said, "Oh, it'd be really good if we could get some well-known players up." So I said, "Oh, well, I've got Stephen Mead as a contact. Do you want me to contact him?" And they were like, "How?" And I phoned him up and he said he'd do it for a pie and a pint. So
Proper bandsman.
Pie
and a pint.
But the only other condition was that we got to do our duet again. We did Pearl Fisher's duet at both concerts. So that was really nice. It was lovely to see him again. As a conductor, I think... I don't know really. I mean, there's been so many. Jeff Hawley, Francis at Harworth, and then Graham O'Connor when I went to play with Rodion. I've picked bits up from lots of people, and I think my style of conducting reflects lots of different elements of all the different conductors I've been under, as well as Philip McCann at Huddersfield.
McCann, yes.
I've picked up a lot from a lot of really good conductors over the years.
Fantastic. So, what would you say is the most rewarding part of being the brass band musical director?
When the band finally plays something perfect.
When it finally clicks.
Yeah. I mean, we've had a few moments. We're practicing at the minute for an upcoming concert, and we're trying to get Mac and Mabel up to speed.
Good piece.
Really good piece, but very difficult. Lots of changes in tempo, and everybody's parts are so vitally important. And even like the back row have got like little solo bits, and running that, and all of a sudden it clicking, and then playing it correctly. It's a feeling of pride. It's like being a mum to 30 adults half the time. But and then obviously amazing concerts that we've done with the band, like the Richard Marshall concert that we did.
Fantastic one.
Which was, very proud moment with the band. But there's just so many. It doesn't have to be a big concert. Little like garden fetes and things where the band plays so well, and then people come up at the end and say that was amazing.
Yeah, so I mean, you've got lots of standing in the middle. You've got lots of challenges of being a musical director and leading the band, literally in your case, from the front.
Yeah.
And I think so. I mean, you must have so many challenges just at rehearsals.
Yeah, definitely. From trying to get people to watch so that we're all going at the same speed, and slowing down at the same speed when you've got those ralls and things, and to getting the dynamic contrast right so that the parts that need to stand out more. Key signatures are a big thing.
And timings, I bet, as well.
Timings, the speed.
Lots of pieces where it goes from speeds and 2/4 to 3/4 to 4/4 back to 2/4, 6/8.
And not everybody in the band has the musical foundation that I'm lucky to have had, and you do get questions like, how do I read 12/8? I don't understand what you're doing. And so you are there as a teacher as well, so you're constantly juggling many balls.
Oh yeah, literally. So a big question, a lot of people, I mean, you go back to the things of looking at, there's one big movie out there that people see brass bands in different lights is Brassed Off.
Yeah.
How do you balance traditional music, so like the fact that the stuff that you hear like Danny Boy and stuff in Brassed Off, floral dance, clog dance, all that kind of stuff. How do you balance the tradition of traditional brass band music and like new music and new arrangements, and maybe even going into films?
Yeah, I think it's important that you've got a very varied programme and that you can reach out to everybody. And so I do try to incorporate some older stuff with some newer stuff, so that we're not just reaching our audience of the older generation who love brass bands and turn out every concert to listen to us, but also bringing in newer, younger listeners who will go home and say to their friends, I went to see a brass band and they played Rise Like a Phoenix, or they played the Doctor Who theme, or things like that they actually recognise. So it's hard because you are trying to juggle and get a balanced programme all the time. But the upcoming concert we're doing at East Markham, it depends obviously what they want, and they've asked for remembrance orientated things for the second half.
Like Old Lang Syne kind of stuff.
Yeah, so we're doing Old Lang Syne and Last Post, but as an older piece we're also putting in there Fantasia on British Sea Songs and Men of Harlech.
Nice.
And then we've got some newer arrangements of The Day Thou Gave Us, which actually Jeff Whittam, who taught me at Huddersfield University to play euphonium, as arranged. And as we say, the Old Lang Syne and Last Post, and You'll Never Walk Alone. So yeah, we're trying to balance it.
Trying to find a balance there. Yeah. So you talked about the new music and stuff that the band's currently working on and stuff. We'll come to this later in later podcasts. I know we've got a big concert next year coming up at Harworth Town Hall, which we're not going to spoil anything now with regard to that. But at the moment, you're doing some big film music and rehearsals at the moment. What's like one of the hardest that you're working on at the moment, and what challenges are you finding with that?
So with the Wicked movie coming out for the second part, the Wicked for Good.
In November?
In November,
yes.
I think 26th of November it comes out. Since the part 1 came out, we've been working on the Wicked soundtrack, which is incredibly difficult. There's lots of changes of tempo, lots of dynamic contrast, and we've played bits of it out. We've done the Defying Gravity bit.
I was actually going to say, do you know which? So in the Wicked arrangement for brass band, off the top of your head, because you know we've not got anything in front of us for it. But can you remember what kind of? So just so people know what to expect when we do eventually play it, what pieces are actually in the piece? Which songs?
The Wizard and I. Obviously, it ends with Defying Gravity.
Cracking piece of music.
For Good. I can't think off the top of my head. You've put me on the spot now.
No, but there's some good. There's
lots
some good.
of, lots of really well-known bits in there.
Yeah.
The audience will definitely know.
Now, I mean, always people know I play solo trombone in the band as well, and I can, from my side of things, it is a technically quite a difficult piece to play, and I like what you said earlier, where it comes to when everything clicks. Yeah. When everything clicks, I can't remember what we were playing once. I think it was Robin Hood. Yeah. Prince of Thieves. Yeah. And I remember when we got that out for the first time, and people were like, "We're never going to play this. Yeah. This is too hard." It's like, have faith. And now we can play that music, and we played it at the Richard Marshall concert.
Yeah. And it's same like with Wicked. There's a very syncopated section, and the front row were like, "We just can't do it." And then they got it right at a concert, and I would like winked at them all, and they've got big smiles on their faces. So.
No, good. So just the last bit of basically on being the musical director. What's your process for choosing your concert programs, and how do you choose them and balance it? Obviously, most concerts are two halves.
Yeah, so a lot of the time it's down to what the people who have booked us want. So, if they specifically asked for Disney music, or they specifically asked for film music, or they specifically asked for remembrance music, it gives me a bit of a key. They do sometimes just go, "Oh, anything, we're not bothered." In which case I try to put a bit of everything in and try to get a balance of, like I said earlier, new music, old music, try and feature some soloists. We've got some lovely solos at the moment. At the next concert we've got Lynn, who's our principal cornet, playing You Raise Me Up, by Westlife, and Darren, our top player, playing I Know Him So Well from Chess. So we're very lucky to have lots of soloists within the band, so then I'm also trying to rotate those as well, so that everybody gets their chance to shine.
No, and before we finish this part, then Claire, talking about the big C word, it's coming up, Christmas. We know how busy brass bands can be, probably from now all the way up to pretty much Christmas Eve normally with some brass bands. What can our audience expect? Carols and stuff. But what can we expect over the Christmas period and stuff for concerts?
We've got some big concerts coming up at the Ye Old Bell and Now Church at Langold, and we've got some new Christmas solos coming up.
Oh wow!
I think 2 Christmas solos that I've got in my head ready to go, that the band don't know about yet. So
we won't spoil it on this.
Nice surprise for them. But
this podcast is coming out soon, so we don't want to spoil that.
Don't want to spoil it. And some Christmas favourites. Every time we go to these concerts, there'll be somebody in the audience wants the snowman, or but
Santa claustrophobia. Yes, I think that one's always a crowd pleaser.
It is a crowd pleaser, as well as Christmas at Last.
Oh yes, in the style
of James Last Orchestra. Yeah, so.
Oh well, very much looking forward to the Christmas programmes coming up, and hopefully everybody and our audience listening will enjoy what we bring them over the Christmas period. So that's it for part 1. Join us in a bit for part 2. Welcome back to part 2 of episode 1 with our musical director Claire Cowan. So welcome back, Claire.
Hi.
So let's delve straight back into this then. So obviously brass banding can be very time consuming. How do you balance your role with work family, and anything else outside the band room?
Yeah, it can be very difficult, especially around Christmas when it is like super busy. Rest of the time it's not such an issue because our concerts tend to be spread out quite nicely throughout the year, and then I can plan everything else around them. But yeah, Christmas is a busy one for us, and it is difficult trying to balance, but I'm very lucky because both my mum and my brother, are both in the band, and then therefore family come to the concerts, so I get to see everybody there as well. So I'm quite fortunate there.
I mean, you talk about family and everything. With Harworth Brass, it's a very family-orientated band anyway, especially over the years. I mean, we had our grandma in it, bless her, who passed away
2 years ago.
2023, which was, we knew it was coming, but what a player she was.
Yeah, incredible. She was my inspiration.
I think she was a lot of people's inspiration as well. I mean, she was how old when she died?
97.
She was quite old.
Nearly 97.
Yeah,
I think,
she was going. I remember. I think it was the Christmas before she died. We went into her home, and she even managed to pick up a cornet and get a note out of it.
Yeah, she played the third cornet part of the Christmas carols and sat at the side of me because I was putting the euphonium part in. And I remember taking her back to her room afterwards and saying, "Oh, well done, Nan, that was really good." And she said, "Why? What did I do?"
What did I do? Yeah. I mean, we're very lucky ourselves in the fact that you could correct me if I'm wrong, we're either 5th or 6th generation in a row.
Yeah, I think 6th.
To play in brass bands.
Well, it's not just brass bands. I think our great granddad was a coach horn player on the back of the horse and carts that came through on the A1.
Then you've got us, you've obviously got Mum, grandma.
Yeah, my Auntie Cal plays piano as well, so we've got generations of musicians. But then
you've got other people in the band as well, so let's talk about a particular lady in our brass band who plays second horn.
Yeah, so Pat, who plays second horn in the band, actually only started playing because her daughter and all her family, we've started playing in the band. So
yeah, we had Jenny, didn't we?
We had Jenny
and Matt. Both
yeah.
Kids.
And then now they've got married themselves and had kids, and hopefully they might come through in the band. I mean, I encouraged my son to become a musician, but unfortunately he wanted to be the next Lisa Simpson and play the saxophone, so I didn't get him on a brass instrument.
Well, currently my eldest son Henry, he's wants to play trombone like Daddy.
Excellent.
But we're probably going to get him onto maybe a cornet or a horn to start with. Obviously we've got to wait till he's got those proper teeth for it as well.
I remember you trying to play trombone when you were little and not being able to reach 7th position because your arms weren't long enough, so you just used to let go of the slide, rest it on the floor and lean backwards.
I mean, to be fair, I think it was 2 years ago. It was just after Grandma Jean had actually died, and I was tasked in cleaning her post horn. So I had the post horn at home, and Henry, obviously at this time, would have been 2 or 3 years old.
Yeah.
And he said, "Can I have a play, Daddy, with it?" And I was like, he's not going to be able to get a note out of a post horn at this age. And wow, he just did it. I was like, okay, this kid's got some musical ability in him. So yeah, he wants to play trombone eventually like Daddy, but he does enjoy playing the drums like Grandma.
Excellent.
Well, in his words, it's Grandma Bobby.
Grandma Bobby, yeah.
So, but now there's a lot of people in the band. It's a very family orientated.
It is, and I think even the nice thing about Harworth is even the people that aren't related finish up being your family. We're all there to support one another. We've had a few members of the band that have been through amazing times, but also very trying times, and I think that support that they get from the band, it knits everybody really close together. And
yeah, music is a big part of people's lives, especially with people who play music as well in brass, especially brass bands. I know for me, I could have a bad day at work, or I could be stressed about something, and it all just seems to go away when I get to that rehearsal.
Yeah.
I'm playing my music, I'm playing my trombone.
Yeah.
And my friends are there.
And your friends are there. Yeah. I mean, we were practicing the old rugged cross rehearsal on Thursday for the East Markham concert, and I had to have a smile because one of our ex-players, Dan Witt, came up because he's coming to play solo horn for us, and there's a lovely trio at the beginning
with me
between you, Tim, and Dan, and it was like a jazz off.
It was fun.
It was fun.
It was fun. I did.
It's nice to spend time with people that you can actually call friends, doing something that you all absolutely love. So.
Oh no, absolutely.
Yeah.
We've got quite a few young players in the band, which is good because I think to keep brass bands going, you've got to bring that generation into it. So, what advice would you give to a young player who needs to stay committed to the band? Because we know, even though brass bands are a hobby, it's a commitment.
Yeah.
But what advice would you give them to be committed, but without burning out?
So I think it's the good thing about being at Harworth is that we just do concerts. We're not a contesting band. I think being in a contesting band at a young age, and I know from experience myself because I think I played my first contest when I was about 12.
I think I was around the same age.
And it's a lot of commitment. You've got extra rehearsals, and then you've got the pressure of the actual contest day, and they are long days. So being in a band,
the nights are good.
Oh yeah, they were great fun. But being in a band like Harworth, where it is just one rehearsal a week and doing concerts, it makes you appreciate the work that goes into it without having quite as much pressure on you. I mean, there's absolutely nothing wrong with contesting. I absolutely adored it when I was younger, and I don't think I'd be where I am today without it. But especially going through GCSEs and A-levels, I do remember thinking this is a lot. I mean, I did juggle it, but I'm a very organised person. But I think a lot of people would have thought, it's too much, I can't do it. And then we have got some other members of the band that have gone all the way through, like Warren and Matt. They stayed playing in the band throughout GCSEs, A-levels, degrees, and now they've got kids of their own.
And we've got other players in the band who play with us, and we, it's nice to know that we are their primary band, but they also play with other bands to have that contest experience, because they still enjoy doing it. Yeah. Some people don't. The people, and myself, and you, and my mum, and other people have probably gone. We've done that. Got the T-shirt. Don't want to do it anymore. Not that we probably wouldn't help people out if needed, but it's good that other people and other band members still get to experience to do contests, because they are difficult, and it's repetitive because you're playing that same piece over and over and over again to get it just right. And even if you feel you've got it just right, depending on who the adjudicator is,
absolutely,
it depends on if you've got it right to them or not. Yeah. So you could play it perfect as far as you're concerned, but still come fourth. Yeah,
because it's not quite to their liking.
Yeah. Exactly. So, do you find your musical director role spills into everyday life? Like, do you end up conducting traffic jams or family dinners? I also know you're a music teacher as well. Yeah. So does the conducting go into your life when you're in school, or should I say, does the teacher come out of you when you're in rehearsals?
A bit of both, to be honest. It's very hard to switch your teacher head off sometimes. I do finish up telling the band off like the class of year 7 sometimes, but to be honest, it can happen. But no, I mean, conducting wise, I do a bit of conducting at school because I've got a really good choir, and we do our school productions, and when we do the school productions that have live music, we did Guys and Dolls a few years ago, we actually had several members of the band come to play in the band for the show. And I got to conduct that every night of the performances, which was lots of fun. But that's a completely different ball game when you've got clarinets and violins and I think I'll stick with brass bands, to be honest.
So you've got the kids as well.
And the kids singing. So
you've got them singing as well as doing more of a concert band, really, isn't it?
Yeah,
it is. You've got your clarinets and stuff.
But the thing is as well, because the kids aren't as experienced as the professionals that do these shows, you need to be ready to jump in at a moment's notice, because they won't give you any warning when they want to start their song.
No, absolutely.
So, it's great. It's fun, but it's hard work.
Well, talking about fun, let's go into a bit of a fun and light-hearted section now. So, with regarding rehearsals, if you can think this, I know I'm going to be putting you on the spot here, but can you think of any funny rehearsal moments that you've experienced?
Oh, there's always funny rehearsal moments.
Or people.
We do spend a lot of time just giggling at people in the band. Specifics. I'm not sure about a rehearsal moment, but last Christmas we did, Tim, our bass player, did Frosty the Snowman. No, it wasn't. It was a bear. It was
Bare Necessities.
Bare Necessities as a tuba solo. And unbeknownst to me, Leslie, who is our flugel player's mum, had made him an actual whole costume for him to wear.
I remember.
And he had some excellent heckling from the old ladies in the front row at a few concerts, which was really funny. But no, I mean, we do laugh a lot. I think it's important that you do have a laugh and you do enjoy rehearsals, because otherwise it becomes a chore, and it shouldn't be, because music should be about doing what you love.
Yeah, like I say, it's a commitment, but you want to enjoy it.
You do.
And you want to have fun.
Yeah.
No, of course. So, which instrument section causes you the most trouble? And, well, there's two questions here. So, which instrument section causes you the most trouble?
Yep.
Which one secretly saves the day?
Do you know what?
You can be brutally honest if you want to.
Okay, I'm going to be brutally honest and say it's the same section for both those questions.
Ooh,
so
okay.
The percussion section drive me potty, because they have to talk to each other all the time to figure out who's playing what, and then they've got so many different instruments to have ready, and we're always waiting for them, and we're always going, what are you doing? But then anything that goes wacky in a concert, you rely on the kit to keep it going and keep everybody in time, and they have saved the day on numerous occasions.
So going into that then, obviously the percussion section, just for our listeners who might not know what consists of a full percussion section, because we're very lucky in our band to have that. Yeah. How many instruments, and I know currently I think we've got 3 percussionists.
We have got 3 percussionists.
How many instruments do our current percussion section have to juggle?
Okay, I'll start listing, you start counting. Okay. Drum kit, crash cymbals, bass drum, xylophone, glockenspiel, triangle, tambourine, cowbell, guiro, timpani, tam-tam, woodblock. That's to name a few. There is always some more.
Well, just for our listeners, that was 12.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that's quite a lot of instruments for 3 people. I mean, if you just take 3 people to juggle, that's 4 each.
Yeah.
And
they've got to put them down, they've got to swap the sticks, they've got to move from one place to another, stay where they are on the piece of music, keep counting, pick it up on a new piece of music. It is hard. Having played percussion a few times in like productions, I played for the school production of Phantom of the Opera and Les Miserables, helping on percussion, because at that time our other music teacher was conducting. I know how hard that is. It is a juggling act.
It is, it's very difficult.
Hey folks, real talk. Our band is currently being held together by duct tape, sheer willpower, and a suspiciously short Ethernet cable that barely reaches the router. If you've ever thought, wow, these guys deserve a cable that isn't constantly yanking them back into the wall like a bad sitcom, well, you're in luck.
Yes, you can be the hero we didn't know we needed. How? By heading over to our website and buying us a coffee. Not only does it keep us caffeinated enough to make more music and podcasts, but it also helps us get better equipment, like actual microphones instead of these vintage tin cans we're shouting into.
And here's the fun part. If you donate, you can also send us audio clips. We'll feature them on the podcast, whether it's you cheering us on, roasting us, or just sending the world's most dramatic brass solo. We'll take it all.
Plus, if writing is more your style, leave us a comment or review. It helps spread the word and gives us the warm, fuzzy feelings money can't buy. Though, let's be real, it also helps buy those extra long cables.
So support the band, support the podcast, and help us level up from ragtag chaos to semi-professional chaos. The website link is in the show notes. Buy us a coffee, send us your clips, and let's keep this train rolling. preferably on tracks that aren't made of extension cords.
So, question for you then.
Yeah.
So, if you could invite any famous musician, they could be living or dead, to sit in with Harworth Brass at a rehearsal, who would it be and why?
Louis Armstrong.
Wow, what a guy.
What a guy. Just the most phenomenal trumpet player ever. Such a nice bloke. And also my granddad's icon. We still to this day play Wonderful World.
I remember playing it at his funeral.
And we played it at his funeral. And, you know, every time I hear it, it comes on the radio, it just reminds me of my granddad. So, yeah, to have Louis Armstrong there would be phenomenal.
I have to admit, I can hear other people do What a Wonderful World, and I'm fine.
Yeah, but
if I hear a brass band version of that, because I played it at his funeral, or I hear the actual Louis Armstrong version, it brings a tear to my eye.
Yeah, absolutely.
Anyone else who sings it, I'm like,
yeah,
doesn't bother me. But those two,
yeah.
it does always get to me.
Yeah.
So no, that was a fantastic answer. I wasn't expecting that. Okay, last bit of this fun and light-hearted section. What's your go-to piece if you want to impress an audience?
Oh, that's a hard one.
Oh yeah, what we got? There's so much to choose from.
There is.
And everything.
There's like,
you know,
we've probably got about 40 pieces in the pad at the moment that we're working through. I think Mac and Mabel, once we've got that up and running, will be a go-to piece for it to, impress the audience, because it's got so much to it and different sections, and it highlights lots of different players in the band.
I think if you'd have asked this question maybe last year, we might have gone like Independence Day.
Yeah.
The band, again, one of those pieces, we're never going to play this.
Yeah.
And when it clicked, it was, this is going to impress our audience.
And Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves.
Robin Hood, Prince of Thieves.
I think film music in general is, it's quite impressive. Even when you're playing something that sounds like it's impressive, but it's not actually that hard, like Dances with Wolves, for example, that we're doing at the moment.
Yeah, it starts slow, then it's got that mid section which is quite fast, then it finishes slow. Yeah. But it's like anything with people, what makes a piece of music is the dynamics. Yeah. It's hard to go into really.
Yeah.
On this
it is. It's quite impressive, and I think because it's got that driving drum rhythm and things throughout, it sounds impressive. Yeah. So I think film music is a good go-to, but then some of the old classics like Mac and Mabel. I went to see the Strictly Legends tour last night with James Jordan and Brandon Cole and that lot, and they did a number to Let's Face the Music and Dance, and I thought that's the next one I'm getting out.
Oh yeah, it's a good brass band arrangement.
It's a really good brass band arrangement, yeah. So
there was actually one question. Somebody actually said, I've got to ask this question. I can't remember who it actually was who said it, but I'm going to ask it anyway. What's your least favourite brass band piece of music? I think I know the answer to this, but...
The Floral Dance.
Any reason why? Or
I think...
Overplayed?
Overplayed, overheard.
It's also in brass stuff.
It's in brass stuff. It's repetitive. It doesn't do anything for me at all. And my son knows that I hate it, and in the summer when all the windows were open, he'd appear out of the attic window playing it at full blast just to wind me up while I was sat outside. So
sounds like your son.
Yeah, definitely.
I do have to say from brass stuff, I love the clog dance.
I love the clog dance.
And
that one never gets old.
No, it never gets old. And even though I play solo trombone, I spent an awful long time, probably a good over 16 years, I probably would say, playing bass trombone. Yeah. And I love the bass trombone part to that piece of music. It's absolutely phenomenal. It is phenomenal. And I think so, absolutely. So we are coming to the end of this podcast. So a couple more questions for you, Claire. So how do you see the future of brass bands? Because obviously it's a community music making, isn't it? So how do you see the future now of brass bands?
I mean, I know that a lot of brass bands in the area, we've had a few around us that have had to fold, unfortunately. But I think we're really lucky in Harworth that not only have we got a lot of friends in other bands that come and help us out when we are in tight spots. We've got a lot of people in the band that, you know, have been in it a long time, the family, you know, and hopefully the next generation will come through. We've got a lot of the members of the band that have got young children, so fingers crossed we will continue and go from strength to strength.
We say we are very lucky as well, because if I remember rightly, and I can't actually pinpoint the year, but it was the early 2000s is when the band nearly folded.
Yeah, just before I took over.
And it was the only thing that kept it going was the junior band, which was, correct me if I'm wrong, was Andy Williams.
It was.
He kept it going all the way through.
Yeah, and I think we only had about 8 to 10 players in the junior band.
Yeah, I remember Joe Cavett.
Yeah, Matt,
Warren.
Yeah,
all in there. So some have still
of them
playing
are
now.
still there now.
Some of them have left.
Some of them still come back and help us out, and
when we
keep
need
in
them.
contact.
So, no, I think we've been very lucky that we had
have
the junior band, because that then eventually became what is now Harworth Brass.
Yeah, and I think as well we have the support of the community. We've got a lot of friends in different places at Harworth, the Methodist Church and the church, and the town hall, and it helps when you've got some backup and you've got people that want to hear you.
Yeah, and I mean for us, of course, we didn't get to celebrate our 100th anniversary. We've now been going 105 years as a brass band, so that's impressive in itself.
Yeah.
So what's your dream concert venue or event that you'd like Harworth Brass to play at?
Can I go anywhere?
Do you know what? Let's open it up. Anywhere you want. Where would you want Harworth Brass just to play at?
Sydney Opera House.
Wow.
That's my dream.
If our treasurer's listening, that's the next thing you need to work on.
Yeah, let's get some sponsorship.
Let's get down to Australia.
Yeah.
Wow. Yeah. I mean, what a venue.
I know.
Yeah, that would be an amazing place.
Or Radio City Hall in New York.
Yeah.
They're my 2 favourite concert venues in the whole world.
Have you? I know our mother has played here, but have you ever played at the Albert Hall?
Yeah,
you
once.
Have? Yes.
Yeah.
Who was that with? Do you remember?
No. It's a very long time ago. I wasn't very old.
I know Mum played with Thorsby.
Yeah.
Because I went down there as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, I have to say that's one venue I've not played at.
No, all I remember is the bus journey, because the bus broke down on the way home.
Oh.
And we finished up stuck on the motorway.
Oh, okay. Oh, well, there you go. There's a fun one. But yeah, Sydney Opera House.
Yeah, Sydney Opera House is my number one.
Okay, we'll see what we can do.
Thanks.
Okay, so last bit. Any upcoming projects or performances that you're especially excited about for the band?
The one at the Town Hall next year that we've got in the making, but I'm not giving any spoilers away.
No, that will come in the beginning of 2026, everybody. Yeah,
and just our annual Christmas concerts that we do every year. The Ye Old Bell's always a lovely one. We always get the coach tours that turn up. Yeah. The Now Church at Langold, it's always the same people who come and support us there. And the one at Harworth Town Hall, which we do for the church. So, yeah.
Yeah, got quite a good lot.
Yeah, some really nice ones coming up.
Well, fantastic. Well, thank you very much for today, Claire. It's been fantastic having you. You never know, we might get you back down the road. We are only doing these once a month, so anybody who's listening, join us again next month. I'm not saying who we're going to be having, but again, join us in November for episode 2. Thank you. A huge thank you to Claire for joining us today and sharing what it is really like to stand at the front of the band. It's been inspiring to hear about the dedication, leadership and musical vision it takes to guide a brass band from the first rehearsal bar to the last triumphant chord. And thank you to everyone listening to this episode of Beneath the Baton. If you enjoyed the conversation, be sure to subscribe and share the podcast with your fellow banding friends. And don't miss our future episodes as we explore more stories from the heart of the brass band world. Until next time, keep playing, keep listening, and never forget the power of the baton to bring music to life. See you next month for episode 2.